Hello everyone, and welcome to this demonstration of the Obscertainer activity. For this activity, students are asked to use their skills of observation and inference to learn about something they can't see, much like scientists do at Fermilab. If you order a set of these, they typically come as a set of 24, which includes 2 of each kind of Obscertainer. So there are 24 discs, but 2 of each of the same kind. Basically what this is a black disc, and inside of that disc there's a ball bearing. There's a steel ball bearing. You can hear it moving around in there. And there are partitions or walls inside of each Obscertainer. In some cases they may form shapes, or in other cases it may be sort of a random placement of partitions. And so the idea is for students to use the ball bearing as a probe to help them determine what the partitions or walls are like on the inside of the Obscertainer. So you'll want to guide students and help them think about how they could learn about what's inside of the Obscertainer using the ball bearing. What skills would they have to employ to be able to learn what's inside of it? Some students might immediately come up with the idea of listening, your sense of hearing, so listening carefully. Some students might even come up with the idea of using their sense of touch. Depending on how sensitive your fingertips are, you can kind of feel the ball bearing move back and forth if you touch the bottom of the Obscertainer. That's a little harder for some students to do, but primarily they'll be using their sense of hearing. So on the student sheet, what you'll find is that it's going to ask the students to make a hypothesis and then do a retest and then record the actual Obscertainer configuration. Basically, the hypothesis is a guess, an initial guess that the students make when they take the Obscertainer and they handle it for maybe a couple of minutes. So they're getting an initial sense or idea of what's inside, and they're going to draw that in that first circle where it says hypothesis. Now, let's say, for example, the students believe that there is a triangle inside of the Obscertainer disc. That's their hypothesis. Then for the retest, the students will need to test for that hypothesis, or test for the existence of that triangle, basically confirm that it's there. We know that a triangle has 3 sides and 3 angles. So a student might then take the Obscertainer and make a full 360 degree turn and listening to the ball bearing to see if it rolls along a side and then stops at an angle, and then rolls along another side and stops at an angle, and then perhaps rolls along another side and stops at an angle by the time they make that full turn. Then that would confirm for them that a triangle is inside of the Obscertainer disc, and they would draw that in their retest column. If that retest produces new information that leads them to a new idea, then they would draw this new idea in the retest column. Now, once the students have completed all of their Obscertainers, you can allow them to open the Obscertainer and to see whether they were correct or not. And you should also have students write in what the actual Obscertainer configuration is. So as you can see inside of this one, this is a triangle, and the ball bearing is inside of the triangle shape there. So this is how the Obscertainer activity works. You can have students do as many of these as you like, and have them discuss at the end their experiences with this particular activity as it relates to the work that scientists do.